They'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stroud to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. In motion right, that's Collins. First and 10, it's Stroud. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Danielle Hunter able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd down and 13. They go play action. Now Mahomes trying to find his tight end, Kelce, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelce. And he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
Now it's Mahomes again. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Now throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Hunt. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Hunt, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Butker's kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From his end zone, here's Traymon Smith. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
3rd and 4. In motion right, that's Dell. Here's Stroud. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebackers for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are back within a couple of the lead. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
2nd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Stroud on 3rd down now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 76 yards. And the Texans are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. On first down, Mahomes looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you've got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than
right.
down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
In motion, the tight end. On first down, here's Stroud. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's a diving catch right side, and the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Back to Mixon on second down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Stroud. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. With no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll get this up across the 30-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding space at the 40. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That is caught. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Mahomes firing complete, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Mahomes going to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Stroud looking to change the play. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Mixon with a first down carry. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Mixing up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What do we call them, run fits? Everyone was in the right place.
We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. In motion right, that's Dell. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And the throw there going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Oh, some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Will Anderson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It got his man complete. A big play there for KC. 54 yards.
This is what happens when you give Patrick Mahomes time to throw. I know people worry about him moving out of the pocket, but if he stays in there and you give him extra time, that big arm, he's going to find someone open downfield.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Rice. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jalen Petrie picking up the sack on a safety blitz. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Now Mahomes. Under pressure, and they got to him again. That's Foley Fatukasi who got in there and finished off the play. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
2nd down and 6 now. Stroud, he's going to audible to something else. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. 2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here's 2nd and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Stroud back to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. Nice. Well coached. A team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Mahomes will throw. Finding Hunt. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's going to let it fly. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Echols. Dashing through the snow. Inside the 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.